This
service
conference
catalogs,
will now be recorded.
service catalogs, and then you can use the producer to submit a request or update a request. So here you are going to learn how to create record producer, and as well as how to call this record producer in home page, and also how to call this record producer in service portal. Okay, so let me show you how to create record producer. So creating record producer is very similar to creating a service catalog. Just you can navigate to service catalogs in the navigation frame. So if you scroll down, so here we have an option called record producers. So manage catalog items that allow end users to create task records such as incidents from the service catalogs. So here when you click on record producers, it will show you list of available record producers here. List of available record producers. If you would like to create new record producer, click on new button in the record producer list. It will take you to the one form, so where you would require to fill the details about the record producer form, and you can create a record producer by adding variables, variable sets. So let me here start filling this form details by providing the name, table name, and so on. So let it load. It's loaded. So here let's say record producer name. Let me change this application scope as well. Ticket booking record, or you can say RP. And here we have to select the table name. It's a mandatory. So because once you select here, once you bind the table name, so you can directly add all these variables to table columns, map these variables to whatever you are going to create. All variables you can map to table columns, so that whenever you use this record producer, so it will store all the details into this particular table. So here I selected ticket details and owner, so who created this record producer. So by default his name it displays here. If you want to change name, you can change that by selecting this magnifier icon. So next thing is here what it will contain: accessibility, generated record data, portal settings. Here what it will contain. So what this record producer is contains, here you can configure by providing short description fields. Let's say ticket request, and here you can provide the more about this record producer by writing the description. So then here next option is here accessibility. Accessibility, we can here decide like under which catalog and which category this record producer should display. So just here navigate to this catalogs and select the one catalog. Let's say we created ticket catalog, so I'm selecting here. But if you want to include same item into multiple catalogs, you can select other catalogs as well. So at this moment we are fine with the one catalog, so I'm locking this. Then category, so whatever catalog you selected, categories will be filtered here and it displays here categories. You can see, so one category is there under ticket catalogs, so I'm selecting ticket category. If you want to enable cancel button on the record producer, so you can enable by selecting this option. So you can design the view and you can bind the view as well. So this is about the accessibility tabs information, or we have to fill the details. Next is here generate record data. It means that generated record data. So if you would like to add a template to fill this record producer form, you can create a template. If you see in the incident form or booking form, so we can create a templates and we can apply the templates when you want to submit a request. So same thing here also. If you would like to define a template for this record producer, so you can go ahead and you can define here. So next is portal settings. If you are accessing this record producer from the service portal, so here are the options you can control. You can hide the attachments. You can control the mandatory of the attachment, and you can one more field is there, add to wish list up field. So that also you can control it. Okay. So like here it will provide you option like hiding and showing. Okay, tagging display of these three. So this is about the portal settings tab information. So once you're done with this, just you can go ahead and you can submit the record, or right click and save this record producer. So once I save this record producer, it will submit in the table, record producer table, and it will enable us to add variables and validate variables. Okay, and other few more options like available for, not available for, and so on. So if you see here now, it is submitted. It is submitted. So now we are you can see below related links. Under related links, many tabs has been added. So these tabs are same as catalog items tabs, catalog item related tabs. There is no difference here, all are remain same. So at any point of time, if you would like to test your record producer, the design, so here you can make use of try it button. So it displays that record producer, whatever we have added to this form. So let me click and try it. You can see just it displays the short description and with one cancel button and submit button. Okay, so this is how so far this record producer looks like, but we have to design according to our requirement. So let's go back to the record producer and start adding the fields. So we said this is a ticket booking record producer, right? So we should add few fields like from destination, start date, return caller. Okay, so these 6 fields we will try to add into record producer, and we will design a booking request form so that user can submit from the service portal, and also you can submit from the home page. So let me try to show you how to add variables and also how to validate it, because here already we learned in the catalog item how to add variables and how to create a catalog, I mean how to create variable sets as well. But here again we will see how to create variables and as well as how to validate these variables. So to add variables, click on new button. Just click on new button here, and once you click on new button, so just here is the variable form. So the difference between catalog item variable and record producer variable is here you can map this variable to table field, but whereas in catalog item you will not have that option, so it will store entire data into variables. So let me select here map to this field, whatever variable you are going to create. So that field, let's say I'm going to create a from, and the type is reference. One second, sorry. Okay, so type is reference. So you can select here reference data type. Then here order number, I'll explain why we can use this order number. And field, so what is the field you want to map from the table? So you can select the field name from the table. Here is the table. So after selecting, so here you have to create variable. So let's say variable name is from. So name will generate. Question is a variable name. Sorry, question is a variable. Okay, so name it generates automatically. Like every fields in the table will have two names, right? One is label, second one is name. So here also very similar to that, question and name will be there. Question is readable format and name will be system understandable format. So that's why two names will be there for every variable. So after giving this variable name, so here annotations, you can add help and all. We discussed in earlier this catalog variables time. So same option here as well. Okay, one second. Okay. So here type reference we have to add. Table, since we have used here a data type as a reference for this, then here we have to add a table, reference table. Let me select here ticket details. So just we have added here reference table for the variable called from, whatever we have added. And if you would like to add some default values, you can add here. Permissions we have seen, availability, where and all you can display this variable. Okay, so it's very similar to catalog variables. Okay, there is no much difference here except this map to field. So once you're done, click on submit. So this is how you can create a reference variables. Just want to make sure. I don't know what reference field reference table I selected by mistake. And just I'm verifying here. I have to select the location table. I think I selected some wrong table here. So here, so location references to location table, right? So nobody is observing. Okay, if I am doing mistake also. So here we have to select a location, right? So let me select location. And update it. So this is how you can create variable in record producer. So let's try to create 5 more variables like destination, start date, return date, and so on. So to do that, as usual, navigate to record producer variables, click on new button. And here you can select the map to field option, and also you can select your reference, because I'm going to create destination field. So destination field also should refer to the location table. So here destination, so destination, and type specification is mandatory. Once you select the type as a reference, so we have to specify here. So here you can select the location and submit it. So once you select here from destination, you can select, I mean, you created, right? So next variables you can create by clicking on new button. So start date, return date. So those are date type variables. So those also I'm mapping to existing fields in the ticket details table. Let me select here start date, and here let's say date, start date. So type specification is not required because here so we have not selected reference, so we no need to refer any table. If you want to set width of the columns, you can set here, so then you can submit this variable creation. So here click on new button to create few more variables as well. So let me create here return date. Let's say return date, sorry, type date here, return date, and here you can select the question is return date and submit it. So far we have created 4 variables from destination, start date, return date. So we will try to create 2 more variables, one return checkbox and then color. So let me create a return checkbox here. So as well, so here you can map to this field to existing field. You can select that. So return checkbox, here you can select the checkbox option. Field is a data type is checkbox, and here you can select the return, and here you can give the return. So then submit it. Sorry. So once it is done, so last variable, that is color. So click on here, map to field. And then select the data type. Here again, I'm selecting reference. It's a caller. So binding to caller. Let me select a caller. And when you use reference type, so we have to configure reference table here. So let me navigate to this. Let me configure. User, and you can say sys_user. So once you're done, click on submit. So this is how you can add variables to the record producer. Okay, so once you're done with this, you can test by clicking on try it so that you will see the form layout. You can see. So this is how it is added to the form, and this is the order. If you want to change this variables order, you can go back and you can change the variables order. So here you can give the order number so that it displays on a specific order. Here is the order column, or while creating a variable, order option is there, right? So there also you can configure. So let me here start with the from. Let's say I want to display from in the top. So I'll start with 100. So then destination 200, from destination, start date 300, return date 400, return checkbox, or I can say caller 500, and return checkbox 600. So this is how you can order it, whatever you want. Whatever you want, you can just whatever order you want, you can just by providing the order number, you can order it. Okay, so once it is done, so once it is done, I can, once you submit this or save that orders, so then you can try it and you can just verify here, or the you can see it's now in a proper order, whatever order we configured. Okay, so this is how you can create, this is how you can create a record producer. So let me know if you have any questions so far.
Nagesh, this my question. I know it will be very silly. Where and when you'll use this kind of catalog services? And see, most of them will not create catalog every time. If in that case, how we will manage or Okay. The first question is where and when. The second is how you'll manage if any existing catalog which has to be modified or something like that.
Okay, so this record producers we will use when you want to design service portal forms. Okay, so let's say you design one travel booking application. So this travel booking ticket booking application. So ticket booking application is used by the back office or service desk. Okay, but as a end user, we no need to give access to all these modules. Okay, here for few modules, maybe for maintaining internally, like assigning tickets, okay, changing the status, they can see more options and they can manage the ticket. But as a end user, just you would require to submit his request. So for that, this simple form is enough. Okay, so as I said earlier while discussing about the service portal, so we are giving a separate UI or alternative UI to the end user through the service portal. Service portal works like a self-service, so you can access self-service, and you can we will configure this record producer in the self-service so that you can access this form and you can submit a request and you can track the request. So once you submit the through the record producer, so we receives in the platform, then it will be allocated to some particular team internally, depends on the configuration. So then the team will be taken responsibility to fulfill this requirement or request. Got it, Sindil?
Yes, Nagesh.
Okay, okay. So that particular scenario, so we will when you want to create a self-service portal and want to give access to the end users to submit a request, only to submit a request, so then we will instead of creating a widgets, custom widgets from scratch, writing HTML, CSS, AngularJS, and all. So we will create a record producer and we will display in the service portal. Okay, so I will show you now how to display in the service portal this record producer. Okay, so the next thing is here. So we created a record producer, but we don't have here validations on the form. We haven't implemented validations on the form. So for example, if you see return date is visible and return checkbox, so it's not changing anything. So these validations we have earlier implemented on the form, right? Ticket booking modules we have implemented. So if you want to implement same validations, so it's remains same. There is no much changes in the here. You can see below catalog variable, sorry, catalog UI policies and catalog client scripts. So I'm going to give this as an assignment. So you can try to, let me go back to catalog. So earlier we discussed already. So just you can here go to this catalog UI policies and catalog client scripts and try to implement those validations. One is hiding return data on the form load. Second is on change of the return checkbox value, it should display, it should toggle, return date should be toggle. So you can make use UI policies and you can create it. Okay, so will you do that? Let me know if you have any questions on this validations. So here I want to give you one more heads up here. So when you are creating a UI policy, so sorry, yeah, so it is same, yeah, as usual. So you can say applies to this and all. So same way you can just select the onload and you can add the action, what action you want to perform after submitting this UI policy, it will be added. And best practices, there it will ask you where and all this UI policy has to apply. on request, on items, on task. So you have to select 3 checkboxes. So as I said earlier, so when you submit a request, it will create a REQ. After REQ, so it will generate the RITM. In single request, multiple items will be there. So multiple RITMs will be generated. For each RITM item number, it will be allocated. For each RITM, so it again it allocates to task. I mean, it creates a task and it will be allocated to particular team member. So the team member will be fulfilling that request. So 3 stages: REQ, RITM, and SC task, catalog task. So these 3 places we have to, if you want to apply this validation, so we have to select that 3 checkboxes. So that is the only one thing you need to consider while creating a UI policies. Okay, so this is all about the how to create record producer. So let me know if you have any questions or any concerns about these validations or about record producer. I'll explain. So the next thing is how to call this record producer in, I mean, how to call this record producer from home page, and as well as how to call this from service portal. So let's first try to understand how to call this from home page. So already we designed a catalog, I mean ticket booking app. Home page is there. So we will try to configure the record producer, whatever you create, or service catalog, whatever we created. So we will try to configure in this ticket home page. So to do that, add content, click on add content. So once you click on add content, it takes you to the content, I mean add content pop-up. So here you can select the catalog categories or catalog, whatever you want, and here you can see ticket catalog, ticket category will be there, which we created as part of that. And just let me add the, sorry, items. You can add items. Then so that's it. So once you're done, so that's it. So here you can see catalog items, mobile item that we have created, and just we created a ticket booking RP, that is record producer. Okay, so like this you can configure. So whenever user access this application, even in platform, so just you can access the record producer by clicking on this, and you can submit a request. So this is a one way of using a record producer in the home page. And another important way is calling this record producer from service portal. So let me show you how to configure this record producer from the service portal. So to do that, let me navigate to service portal. So here, once you navigate to service portal, so portal we have already created, that is a ticket booking portal. And if you want to call record producer, so we have to prepare the page. So page also we have created, or we learned how to create a page. So just I'll try to edit this page to call the record producer. So clicking on to, I mean editing this page by clicking on ticket booking page, and it will take you to the edit of this. Once you navigate there, you can scroll down, and here you can click on open in designer. So when you click on open in designer, so it takes you to the design mode of the form, and here you can click on delete button. So delete this existing catalog. We don't want to use that. We want to change it, or we want to call record producer here. So container is there, and also inside container, so we have added the layout, that is one row, one column. Now here, if you want to call record producer, so we have to use out of box widget, out of box widget called icon link. So just here you can drag and drop this icon link. Once you drag and drop icon link in the container, so here you can just navigate to there and click on edit option. So once you click on edit option, so here is the details we have to configure data, that is page. So here you can select the what do you want to call. I want to call catalog item. So let me select here catalog item. So once you select catalog item, so what is the item name? So here you can select the ticket booking RP. So this is what we want to call. So you can select, it will filter and it will give you the name. So then this catalog item, if you want to render in the page, you can select the page name. Let's say here SC underscore cat underscore item. So this is the out of box page. So we are using to display this ticket booking RP or display this record producer. Okay, so this page will take care about rendering this one. And what do you want to give the title for this? Ticket booking form. Provide description, short description. If you would like to add icon for this, you can add here. So template, and save this configuration. Once you save this configuration, so this is how it will be. Okay, so now we will go back to service portals. Already we configured the, we configured the page whatever we modified here. So we have already configured as a home page. Now if I click on try it, you can see when I click on try it, so it has taken to this particular form, okay, page. So here it displayed the icon. So like this you can add multiple entry points. Okay, so once I click on ticket booking form, it will take me to the, so we are in service portal and we are displaying record producer in service portal. Now we can see this is our menu and here is the form. So here you can submit the request by selecting these details. So let me show you. Let me submit one request. So this is how, so you can select all the details and just click on submit. It will create a record into booking details, details or ticket details table. And here is, you can see ticket number. So this here you can see the ticket number and the default details here displaying and the submitted details. So you can go and you can check this ticket number in the platform. If I go to ticket details, you can see this is the first ticket. You can see all the details from destination, caller. So whatever we have selected from the service portal with the details. It has created a request. So this is how with simple form we can give, I mean we can give access to user, and user can make use of this form, and he can submit a request. Okay, so here in service we didn't write any code in HTML, CSS and Angular JS. Just we created a record producer and we called that record producer in service portal. So any questions or any concerns, let me know. So this is the starting page.
Sir, nothing, sir.
Yeah.
I think the real time, I think that the end users will access the record sector. Sir,
Yeah.
hello?
Yeah. As a
Record,
developer,
yes.
we have to design this record producer, and according to the requirement, we
Records
have to
producer, yes,
connect to
record
the,
producer.
yeah, record
Yes,
producer.
sir. Okay, sir. So previously, some policies are there, no? UI policies and client scripts. But we have done before, same thing we'll do it in record producer.
Yes, so
Yes,
you have to do that validation. I have given assignment. So first write the return date on the form load. On change of this, you should, I mean, on change of this, you should toggle this return date. So which we have implemented in our travel app. If you see here, so same thing, you
okay,
can
sir.
do that using catalog UI policies and catalog client script. So this is what.
Okay, sir. We'll do, sir.
Yeah,
Thank you, sir.
so do that. So it is same, so that's why I have given assignment, because we already covered all those things. So just you can make use of your previous experience about with the UI policies and client scripts, and you can implement that. So this is
Okay, sir.
all
We'll do,
about
sir.
service catalogs. Like here you learned how to create a catalog item, sorry, catalogs, categories, catalog items, record producers, and how to call this record producers or catalog items in home page, and also how to call this record producer catalog item in service portal. So this knowledge will help you in a real time. So most of the um, catalogs, most of the catalogs we will be creating, and we will be adding it to the service portal. Okay, so if you go to default service portal, so you will see the same here. All, if you go to all categories, let me click on here, all categories, it takes you to this. So here you can see all these are catalog items. Okay, you can filter your ticket category, ticket catalog. So here booking RP. Okay, so if you click on it, it takes you to that. So this is how. So go to your home page also. So it home page by default we have added this, but anyway, if you go to catalogs, it displays all the catalogs, and there you can access your catalog as well. Any questions and concerns, let me know, we will discuss. Okay, so this is all about the service, sorry, service catalogs. Okay, here let me open the syllabus. Let me try to show you where we are. So we are here. So we completed this. Next is system update sets. Okay, so we will take up what is system update sets and how to manage with the update sets. So yeah, shall we, even if I start, I'll not complete it. So it takes 40 minutes plus. So we will continue tomorrow and we will see how to deal with the update sets tomorrow.